good. All right. So the first class we played with sort of a rent party feel as we were wanting the hips involved. So we started off with some movements, just moving the hips side to side, forward and back, sliding them, and then we were talking about hip circles a bit there too. We also played with tilts, the sides into the back, and then again circling, the tilt right there, making sure we're loosening up the hips. Other things we played with was rib cage, isolations there, playing the chest forward and back a little bit, opening up into circles right there too. We then talked about this motion, rib cage through the shoulders. We want to imagine that we're doing this figure eights with our rib cage into the shoulders there. That appeared a little bit more into the second class. Then we got into basic connection right here. We were just talking about sinking in order to rise, making sure that was a nice even rhythm. We were working out of the ground, pushing out of the ground right there. We talked a little bit of heading with the hips. So partial weight change. Okay. And the thing about that too is we were making sure that as we're going into this, my whole body is moving. It's not just I keep in frame and I'm moving separately. It's that the whole thing is going. All right. So we also had, besides these, we were playing with hip circles and making sure we were staying into the ground. If we were too high, you may not feel it, but that's why we want to get into the ground. It's glutes, yeah? All right. Is there anything more on that? All right. The other thing is we were then playing with pivot turns, making sure I'm stepping through right there. Our right feet are pointed in between each other's. We then had this release where we were playing off of this connection. We could play with quicks, or we could slow it down, kind of depending on the feel that we wanted right there. And so again, that was pivot turns into a release, catching, and then going in the direction that she's sinking, so we can kind of sway together right there. Yeah, play it low, play it high, just have fun with it. We then took that into again left to left catches, where we had hey, ba ba da, shoot ba da, ah. We were thinking about just keeping loose in the hips, playing with this action right here. And then we took that, we're going to actually rotate this around for the camera. We had a turn to where I'm going to turn 180 degrees, and as I do that, that's going to affect her. That's going to ask for her to step down the line. So here, catching her early on the back of my right hand, hair brushing over, going into support. You'll also notice she's connected into my shoulder with her right arm there. In case I die, she's not going to fall on the ground right there. Is there anything else? I swore I forgot something.
Sí, el paso del cuello, el de arrastrar.
No, so that's it. I think we're done.
¿no?
Yeah. So let me look at my notes real quickly. So you can just pause this video.